Hello. Take a moment to take 3 breaths up. Let's welcome this body with a new breath, a new start. Now, as you inhale, if you'd like to lift up your heels, you can. Inhale and lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale and lift. Take a full breath, and exhale, lower. Do that 2 more times just to wake up the body, and 1 more. Now we're going to open up the legs a little bit wider. The arms can go down with your hips, and then you can go up and exhale down and breathe in, and exhale down and again up. Now this time the hands will rest on the thighs. Now we're going to put the toes a little bit forward and bend one knee and bend the other, and bend one knee and bend the other. So you're going to feel like your inner thighs are waking up. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice job. 1 more each. And then we're going to stay put with the legs, and we're going to drop the shoulder and then drop the shoulder on the other. So it's kind of like a rotation. This is called football twist. You can be easy on your wrist here. And take 1 more each. Breathe in. You might be going a little bit deeper as you're warming up. Now we're going to go all the way up into a tall spine. Bring those legs back in, and let's take the inhale to lift up the arms. The feet can be in neutral. Each toe head gets equal weight. As you go up, we can inhale and exhale as you lower. There is a softness to the knees, and there's a little bit of ab tone. As you lift up the arms, the low back would on its own try to get a little bit too extended. And so what we're doing is that you keep a little ab tone right here, and then pubic bone pulling up a little bit. All right, let's take 3 more and 2 more, strengthening the calves as well, and 1 more. Now a little bit of a turn out. We're going to take a balanced pose. 1 leg balances. This is an active balance, and it's like a Pilates bar here, standing Pilates. 1 leg is lifting up. You can go higher with that leg that's lifting as your hamstring warms up. So if you need to keep it lower, that's just fine. As you feel more confident and warmed up, you can take it higher, but make sure it doesn't hurt your sit bone attachment. Other side, lift up. So a little lift is dégagé, where the foot disengages from the floor. A higher lift is a bolt mole and a big kick. Breathe in, 5 and 6, point and flex, and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now we're going to take the arms out a bit, inner thigh cross. So feel the strength of your inner thigh. Now the other leg's glute is working. The shoulders are working, but not the neck. 5, 6, good. 7, and the leg can lift higher. 8, as you warm up. We're saying good morning to those legs. Let's wake up the other one and take it. 10, 9.8, and 7, breathing. 6, higher as you get warmed up. 4, 3, good. Let's do 2 more. Here we go. Up. Now this is side leg abduction. The feet can face forward even as you lift the leg out. And if you'd like a challenge, you can try to keep that foot off the ground the whole time. Another little challenge is point, flex of the lifted leg. Point, flex. 7, good. Neck is easy. 8, maybe you'll get a little higher as you warm up. That's up to you. Now on the other side, notice your side obliques, your muscles are working on the side. Right in here, abdominals. A little higher if you'd like. And 5 and 6, 7, you can make it a challenge of trying to not touch. 8, 9, 10. Now let's go to the rear. I'm going to turn so you can see. Extend the hip, and your body may be pitched forward. If you'd like to add on, lift the arms in front. 5. You're not arching the low back anymore. You're just lifting the femur where it meets the glute. 9. Now on the other side, I'm just turning so you can see the other leg. You could stay put with your arms. You can add arms up And you can even point and flex the working leg. 5, 6, neck is easy. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to give a little informal hula hoop. So just take about 3 each way and 3 the other way. You're just releasing any tension. 2. Gorgeous. Now we're going to put it all together into hip circles. Start standing, lift up your right leg, draw a circle with your leg. The bigger the circle, the harder it is. The other leg is long. Point, point. Good. Breathing. Shoulders are working, but not the neck. Now we're going to take it the opposite way. So go same leg, point and go backwards first. 2. Good. 3. Lifting tall. 4. Good. 5, 6, 7. Feel the abs. 8, 9. Now that foot's down. Make sure the jaw is relaxed. Here we go on the other side. Arms up. You can point and flex. So you're flexing as you let the foot pass through so you don't hit your toes on the ground. Point and then flex as they pass underneath you. 6. Good. 7, 8, 9. Now we're reversing it. So backwards. 10, 2, point, 3, except for when you pass underneath you. 4. Bigger is harder. 5, 6. This leg's probably burning. 7, 8. Woo. 9, 10. Wonderful job. Now have a seat if you can. If your knees are not liking this or your hips, then don't do it. But you're going to shift right and left. Can you see that I'm like an old-fashioned typewriter and I'm just shifting my rib cage, but not my legs. My legs are stationary. So that's called lateral translation of the ribs. Now we're going to go forward and back. And if you prefer, you can put your hands on your thighs. You don't need them on this, but sometimes it helps. Yeah, exactly. You could do it forward, back, or hands down or hands in front. Now we're going to put that together. I like to imagine a big spatula and you've just made something yummy on the mixing bowl. So you're taking the spatula all the way around the inside of the mixing bowl. And then we're going to do one more. You should feel your abs go the other way. Inhale, exhale. So there's also this neat little stretching that's happening in the low back. One more. Try to keep your legs stable. Now go all the way up. Arms up, feet forward, and go over. It's kind of like a big half moon. Oh. You can even let your hand down. Stretch out the obliques that we just worked. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale. Good. Even further if you're feeling warmed up. And then go up, over. This is like a half moon with the legs stretched out. Breathe in. And you could even put your hand down and go further if you'd like. 5, 4, 3, 2, and take an inhale and come up. I hope that felt amazing. Bring your legs in. Wonderful job. Now on this one, we're going to take a static starfish. So open your arms. Open your leg out to the side. And it doesn't matter which one. We're going to do both. But hold. Hold 10, 2, 3. Feel your core helping you. 5, 6, 7, 8. If you'd like a bonus, do 10 little pulses. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gracefully come down. Hands at your heart. Open up your arms. Now the other side, starfish. Okay, hold. 10, 2, 3. Higher is harder. 4, 5. Shoulders are down. 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. Little pulse. That's okay. Sometimes that dominant mover leg is harder on the balance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower. And if you would like a sip, grab a sip. And we're going to take it to a possible normal squat, chair squat. If you need a modification, you can always do bridges or you can do calf raises. But if you can, have a seat. The toes are light, the heels are heavy. 3, your heart's forward. 4, 5, good. 6, and you're exploring, where is my place I'd like to go? How low would I like to go? 9. Beautiful. Now the second position is a little turned out and it's a little wider. Inhale. Now you're going to notice, where do you need to go? Your glutes are heavier, then your knees, then the front of your quads. Your heart is shining forward. Good. And 5, heels heavy. I've got my toes in the air just to test if I'm heavy in the heel. So that's a little trick, but the neck and the jaw are easy. Breathe in. 9. And then 10. Wonderful job. Now we'll come back inside. This is going to be a little bit of a pattern. Have a seat. Now lift up your knee and then kick it. Have a seat. Lift up your knee to about 90 degrees and kick it. Have a seat. Both legs are heavy. That's balance right there. It's one-legged balance, dynamic. Breathe in. Good. And you're going to feel your hips, your ankles getting strong, your abs and back stabilizing you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Now bonus, stay down and do a little 10 pulse squat. 2, your neck is easy. 3, 4, 5, lift your heart. 5, 7, good, that's it. Now stand back up. Wonderful job. We are going to go to the floor. So take an inhale, lift up, bit of a back bend. And then exhale, you're going to come down to a plank. You are welcome to do this on your forearms. Your knees is another way to modify. Hold. Now I'm going to count to 30. Calm and easy. Stay them as much as you can. Strong legs. I'm at 15. Strong forearms on the floor so the shoulder blades feel flat. I'm at 20. Breathe in. And then we're going to warm up that side plank. You could do a staggered foot, one in front of the other, or a stacked foot. Now I'm going to count to 20 here. Good. Stretch out through the top arm. Good. Feel your belly pull in. Jaw soft. Breathe in. Now as you transition, the hip will lower. Let's go to the other side. Elbow underneath. Lift up your arm. Here we go. Lift up. Side plank. Hold for another 10. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, lower down. Wonderful job. Now let's take a forearm plank with isometric as our add-on. Let your elbows down, energize your legs long. Now, act like you're trying to pull your forearms closer to your toes and your toes closer to your forearms. That's going to add an isometric component. A lot more strength happening here. Hold for another 8. Breathe in. And then rest. Really good job. Now this time you're on your elbow, and if you care to add on a side tree, you can put your foot up, maybe your calf, maybe your inner thigh, and hold. Hold. 15. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Now, if you need to stay longer, you can. If you need to get out earlier, you can. Let's go to the other side. Let your elbow down. I like to set my foot up first before I lift up. So foot on the calf or the inner thigh. Here we go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on, you're doing great. I like to just make sure, is the neck soft? Is the jaw soft? Inhale. And exhale, lower with your hip. Great job. Now we're gonna do a forearm plank where we lift our hips and lower them. So let's get on the forearms, elbows under your shoulders, energize your legs. That's the first move. Now shift the hips up. Now bring the hips to a normal parallel to the floor plank. Shift the hips up and back. Now bring the hips down to a plank. Good, you're gonna continue breathing. Lift the hips and bring them down to parallel. The gaze is probably at the hands right now. Lift your hips. The gaze is probably at the toes right now. Bring it down. You're doing great. Now let's try 3 more of the slow, controlled speed. 3, this pace. Lift up, you're looking at your toes. Come back to plank, look at your hands. 2. Lift your hips, come back to plank, rest. Really good job. Now we're gonna go to a side plank and we're gonna do a combination. Let one hand come to your thigh and here we go up to a side plank. Now lift your hip and push your arm over. Now bring your arm up to vertical. Now rotate the arm and the torso towards the floor and then bring up the arm. Now this time the arm goes over your ear. Bring it to vertical. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring it up, over your ear. Thread the needle. Let's do 2 more sets of these. Go over, lift your hip, through, thread the needle. Over, lift your hip, thread the needle. Now pause, let your hip down. Let's go to the other side. Really good. Your elbows underneath your shoulder. Your hand starts at your hip for the very first one. Now you're going to go up and over as you lift your hip. Bring your arm to vertical. Now rotate your arm, your torso, but not your hips. Arm to vertical, up and over. Good. Thread the needle. Up and over. Lift your hip. That adds some hips and obliques. Good, we're gonna do 2 more. Stretch. You can pretend I'm trying to touch the floor, or maybe you will. 1 more. Up and over. And thread. Inhale. Lower your hip when you're ready. Really good job on those planks. Grab a sip if you'd like. This is a swan series, so let's start down on the belly. And the very first option is a Sphinx. This is a great backup plan. Lift your belly and place your forearms on the mat. Now I'm going to be adding on. If you care to add on, keep your belly lifted and then let your hands push you up. Now exhale to lower the upper body and lift up your legs. Lower your legs and lift up your upper body. Either Sphinx or Swan. Lower, lift your legs. Lower your legs, upper body. Lower, now lift your legs. Lower your legs and lift your upper body. And continue working at your own pace so that your upper body gets extension. Your lower body gets extension. The back body is working. How about 1 more? Inhale. Exhale, lower. Your legs come up. Now hold your upper body up, either Sphinx or Cobra or Swan. In Pilates, Swan is Cobra, so hold. Neck is easy. Breathe. Inhale. And now exhale, lower, and let's take a child pose. This one is legs close, hips back unless your knees need a modification, and then you can leave the hips in the air. Now come down to your belly. This next one does not use your hands. So it's called breaststroke. Let your torso hover a bit. Take your arms in a big circle. Your hands will even hit your thighs. You're going to inhale and lift up. You're going to sweep your fingers past your ribs, reach up. Inhale, lift your torso. Your hands go to your thighs and they come up. Inhale, lift. Your scapula, your shoulder blades are moving on the back. Breathe in. The wrists are neutral. The upper back lifts without any hand help on the floor. Go up. Good, neck is easy. So when you lift up, it's your sternum lifting. Your head just goes along for the ride. Breathe in as you extend the spine. Take 2 and 1. And then recover. This time, let's bend the knees and windshield wipe. Imagine you're just like a car windshield wiper. You're just going right and left. Now we're going to leave the hands beside our hips. The hands are facing down. The palms are facing down. Inhale, lift up. Now your thighs can lift. Now you're going to breathe in and out. And we're going to add on a tight flutter kick with the legs. Hamstrings and glutes. Your upper body could be going up and down with your breathing, but your neck doesn't have tension. Now stay up and tap your feet together. Ideally the knees are off the floor. Horizontal adduction, heel beats or toe beats. Try 10 more beats. Inhale. Now as you exhale, you're going to push back to a child's pose. This time, the child's pose has a toe curled under variation to stretch the feet. If you don't feel enough in your feet, you can come up to vertical. That's going to be more foot stretch. 5, good. 4, oh, wonderful. 3, 2, and then 1. We're going to lower back down to the belly. Slide your feet back. Now, we're going to let the hands interlace if they will. If they will not, you can rest one hand on the other, or you can just leave them beside your hips like you did before. Breathe in and lift. Also add your legs lifting if you can. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, don't drop too much, but you might just drop a little. Breathe in. Breathe in. Like there's a golden crown attached to the upper back, lifting you up. Building endurance. 5. Relax for a moment, and you can switch your hands the other way, or if your hands were by your side, just leave them. Here we go. Come up, breathe in. Lift. Breathe. Feel your glutes and hamstrings. Neck is easy. Exhale, recover, child's pose. This time open up your knees really wide, and that lets for a diaphragmatic breath. Let's also bend the elbows and stretch the triceps a bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Great job on that swan series. Grab a sip if you'd like, and meet me back on the floor. Let's do a little bit of variety with some planks. Let's put the elbows down, energize your legs back behind you. Now this is going to be a shift forward and back. So you're going to be going forward about an inch or 2 and then back. Push through your toes and back. Now if there's any sensitivity on your feet here, you can always put your shins on a foam roller. Breathe in and out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go to the side. Let your elbow down, and you're going to come up to a side plank first. So hold side plank, and if you care to add on, you're going to add your leg lifting 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2, 1. Now we're going to lower the hip. Let's go to the other side. Forearm down, arm up, side plank. This is always a great modification. It's a hard enough pose by itself, right? But we like to add on. Let's do 5 side legs, 4 bottom legs strong, 3 into the ground, 2 so your ribs won't drop, 1 and then lower your hip. Excellent job. Now we're going to go back to a front plank, forearms down, and this is going to be the toes pointing towards the wall behind you. So once you're in plank, everything stays pretty still. Point the right toes to the wall behind you, put the foot back down, left toes towards the wall behind you. Right toes, left toes, they point back. Right, left, energize the knees. And we're going to do one more each. Right, left. Wonderful job. Now we're going to a side plank. This one, the arm's going to be over your ear. So get ready, side plank. Now the first move is right arm, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you may just do that again, or the top knee adds on 5 with the arm, 4, 3, 2. Wonderful job. Those are strong. Let's do this to the other side. Forearm down, your arm goes up. Now the possibility is arm, 5, pull, 4, pull, 3, pull, 2, pull, 1. Now if you're adding on, that knee and the elbow come together, but everything on the bottom half of your body is strong and stable. Wonderful job. Great job on those planks. Let's take a sip. Meet me back here. Great job. Take a moment to let your hands reach forward. Make sure you have enough mat behind you. Inhale. Let's try to take a 15 count down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The feet might be getting further away from you, and that's fine. Take an inhale and stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the arms beside your hips like a frame. Slide the right leg up. Now let the right leg draw circles in the air. The bigger the circle, the harder it is to maintain stability in the scapula being on the mat and the ribs being on the mat. So we're making sure there's no clicking. If there is, usually you're going to want to decrease that range of motion on the top leg. Sometimes it helps to internally rotate that leg. And we're going to be taking the opposite direction. Shoulders are down, but there's no tension in the neck or the jaw. If your head feels like it's coming off the floor, you can also use a pillow underneath your head and or your shoulders. 5, long knee if you can. 6, especially as the leg's waking up. 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now we're going to hug this leg in, belly in, and then move that ankle. You can point and flex it. You can add circles and add circles the other way. Now add toe spreads of that foot that's in. Spread the toes, and if they don't spread, get your fingers in there and let your hands help. Now let that right leg down, pour it down like it's melted butter. Slide the left leg up, draw some circles, breathe in and breathe in. Enjoy. Shoulders are soft. Now we're going to go the other way. 2, 3, long knee. 4, shoulder blades down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that leg is going to hug into your body. Point and flex your foot. Add some circles. Add some circles the other way. Now spread your toes. Spread your toes. Spread your toes. Spread your toes. Good. We need those feet for flexibility and for joint preservation. Hug both legs in, and this is just a little rock. You get to decide, just rock a little, feel good. And then we're going to be taking a corkscrew move. We're going to let the hands go beside the hips and extend the knees long. Keep the legs glued as you circle. We're doing a modified corkscrew. You're drawing a circle, and then you go to vertical. You're drawing a circle and vertical. Circle. Now, as your legs are lower away from your body, that's where it's really important to keep your ribs connected to the mat. Long knees. All right, let's try 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now, this time it's happy baby. Reach your hands to your feet. Let your knees go on either side of you. This generally is a wonderful feel-good stretch. There is a percentage of people that feel nausea when they do this because it cuts off a vessel supply. So if that's you, just open up the legs and do a bound angle. Otherwise, hold on to those feet. Breathe in. Now we're going to do another core exercise, but to the side. So one thing we like to do is mix up the way we work our core. This is a different plane. Let your arms be long and your arm be protective, your legs be long. Lift up. And you want to feel your belly pull in. It's not just drooping to the floor. Even below, between your rib and your pelvis, it's called the oblique window. Even that's lifting. You can look down and see your toes. So the whole front of your abs and then the side of your abs is working. 10 and the QL muscle of the back. 9, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you can do 5 more of those, or if you'd like to take 3 banana boats. 1, good, 2, and I'm doing it with a bent knee, and 3. Now we're going to the other side. We're going to all beat together. That way you got to choose your own adventure. Let your arm be your pillow. Let your legs go long. I like to put a hand right where I'm supposed to be working sometimes. If at the beginning of the move, it lets me have some proprioceptive help, benefit, support. My brain says, okay, think about this. Think about this right here. And then right below, between the rib and the pelvis, there's a little space because you're lifting your oblique window up. All right, now we're taking 10 more. 9, jaw soft though. 8, 7, pull the belly in. 6, 5, lift the legs a little higher than you might initially have done. They can usually do more than we think. 2. Now option, do 5 more of these double leg lifts, or take 3 banana boats. And if you have a narrow mat, you might need to get to the front of it so that when you come up, you're actually still on your mat. Good, inhale. And then exhale. Now, we're going to take a little stretch here. This is called the bound ankle. I like to have my ankles on something soft because it's a little painful on the floor, so on hard floor, so let them be on your mat. Relax. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale and come back up. And this next one is called modified teaser. Let your feet hover. That's already some abs and hip flexors. Your arms are beside your shins, like you're holding a cup of soup, palm up, shoulders down. Now, if you would like, you can add on length. Squeeze the legs together and extend them. 10, 9. This is the high part of teaser. In yoga, it's called Navasana or boat pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let those legs go. Good. Now, we're going to do a partial roll back as the exercise. So we're still working core. You're lowering where you can keep your feet on the floor. So I'll show you if you want it harder, you can go lower. Another option is you could always do a bridge or planks. So if you care to add on, let's do 5 of these complete roll-ups, arms up. Exhale over, stretch, roll down, inhale, exhale up, tuck, reach, breathe in, exhale. I love it. Let's do one more. Here we go. Breathe in and exhale, up and over. And then let's do a stretch called the rack. Go up, arms over. Beautiful. Inhale, up, arms back. Lift your heart, soften the wrist. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2. This helps stretch out that area that we just worked. And 1. Great job on that core section. Let's grab a sit and I'll meet you back here. Great job. This next core exercise is called 21. Guess how many planks we're doing? 21. So let's start with our front plank. Now, you are on the front plank and you make sure your form's good. That was 1. And then you turn to a side plank. This is 2. Now we're going to front plank. This is 3. And then we go to side plank, 4. And then go to front plank, 5. Open up. And 6. Come back to front plank. And 7. Open up. 8. Front plank, 9, open up, 10, front plank, 11, open up, 12, front plank, 13, open up, 14, front plank, 15, side plank, 16, front plank, 17, side plank, 18, you're doing great. Front plank, 19. Side plank, 20. Front plank, 21. Now, that was great. Child's pose. Rest your hips back. And then we're going to do a plank exercise called flamingo. You can be on your forearms. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your legs are back. Now, you're going to start in plank, but when you pull your right knee under like we're going to do now, the hip might be up a little bit to make room. That's okay. Put the right foot back. Now the left knee's under, and then you're going to put the left knee back. The right knee's going to go to the left elbow, and then you're going to put that back. The left knee's going to go to the right elbow and put that back. Now we're going to do one more time through it. Do the best you can. Right knee underneath your sternum. Put that back. Left knee underneath your belly and sternum. Put that back. Right knee to your left elbow. Place that back. Left knee to your right elbow. Place that back. Rest in Sphinx. Or if you would like, Cobra. That was a hard one. You did great. Shoulder blades are down the back. That was hard. You did so good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to give a great stretch called the bow. Lower down, and this will stretch out those abs we just worked. Reach one hand to one foot, one hand to the other. Lift up. We're going to do this twice. In the event that you're just got one foot, that's okay. Breathe. Relax. Now we're going to go up again, either your other foot or both feet again. Here we go. Push. And recover. All right, let's do a child pose. You did great. Hips back. Wonderful job on that ab section. Grab a sip. On this abdominal section, it's going to be an option of a side plank or Baldrasana. That way you can use whatever position you need for your wrist. So the first move is side plank, and it looks like this. A second possibility is to put that top foot on the floor and lift. Now the third is to put your hand down and push up. This is half sphere, and enjoy. 10. Inhale and exhale, lower. Beautiful job. I'll go through that again. The first possibility is a side plank on the forearm. The second is the foot comes back and you push your hips up. The third is the hand is on the floor, and then you lift up your heart and lift up your hips. 10. Inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Really good. I'm going to offer a hand stretch for a moment. Forearm down, hand down, forearm stretch. Forearm down, hand stretch, and forearm. And then a prayer pose. As low as is good for you. So if you can go lower, great. But if that's not for you, don't do it. Inhale. Really good. Now this next is some seated work. Let's start with our feet out like a V. Sit up and take your inhale to open up your arms and rotate as far as you can, and then saw off that toe. There's the hamstring stretch. Inhale, rotate, and then reach for your opposite foot. Some modifications include bending the knees. Another modification could be putting your hips on a pillow, a firm blanket, a firm pillow. Breathe in and rotate. Inhale and exhale and rotate. Now you notice the hamstrings may be getting more flexible. Your pinky on your hand may be able to go further. Breathe in, rotate. That's going to help posture. 4, stretch. Act like someone has your arm. Even though you're reaching one arm forward, pretend that someone has your other arm and they're pulling it back. Now, we're going to glue the feet together. Notice how that transitioned. And when I come down, I'm going to put the forearm down. You could also modify by putting the hand down, although if your wrist is an issue, you'll probably prefer the forearm down. So you're going to find what works for you. Now you may notice your side reach goes deeper. One extra cue is that you keep your opposite hip down. So even though your left arm's reaching down, your left hip is reaching down as well. Right fingers reach, but your right hip's reaching down too. It's easy to just think about the upper body, but we're also stable on the lower body. You'll feel a greater stretch then. I like to spread out through the fingers as well. Over. That up and over cue always helps me, like you're going over a fence. One more each. Now come up, leave your feet glued, pull your toes back so you've got some activated shin muscles. Here we go. Rotate. Now there's nothing else going on. I had to make sure I had room away from the wall behind me because you're ideally keeping your arms out. Rotate. Now when you do this, your feet are not shifting one past the other. Your hips are glued so your feet won't shift. One side may feel easier. So my right side feels a little easier. I'm going to consciously focus on that left side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to give one more exercise, but I'm turning because of the nature of this. So your arms are up. This is called spine stretch. Imagine there's a beach ball. Imagine you're seated on a wall and you peel off the wall and you go forward. So it's not quite a hamstring stretch, and then you glide up. And you exhale, reach forward, and then you glide up. Good. Exhale, reach forward. So it's kind of like a spine, one vertebra at a time, going up a wall behind you. And sometimes I'll put a foam roller behind just so you have something to feel Or in the studio, I used to stand behind people so they could feel the one vertebra at a time going as their back went up. So you're really trying to give each part of your back. Now one more. You guys did great. I'm going to offer a long stretch on all of those. So on any seated position you prefer, it doesn't matter, because really what we're focused on is the side stretch. Now we are enjoying this, so do your rotations if you care to. 10, 9, 5. Take that inhale. And as you exhale, go up and over on your other side. Your legs can be any way you want. We're really just focusing on that side lateral flexion. This is one of the ways your spine wants to be moved every way for health, longevity, strength. Breathe in. Now as you're ready, come up. This next one is rotation. Inhale. Rotate, and then when you feel like you can't go anymore, let your hands down and let your shoulders drop. Breathe in. Open up your arms and go the other way, and rotation. Open up to the front. Let your legs go out. You remember how we did that stretch earlier? This is like a big V. We're going to add on, go up and over. Breathe in to the side you're stretching. Enjoy. I like to close the eyes too, because it helps to have the focus inward. Breathe in, go up and over to the other side, and maybe you'll just rotate a little right and left. Breathe into that rib cage. Now take an inhale. Now exhale, come up, and you may want a pillow underneath your pelvis. Inhale and exhale, go forward. You can put your hand on your shins or the floor. Just where is it comfortable? Relax your neck. Take an inhale, and as you're ready, exhale and come back. Now we're coming to the floor for a small 10-second roll down. Make sure you have the mat behind you. 1, 2, 3. Save a comfortable landing strip. 5, 6, 8, 9. Now, right ankle to left thigh. Reach your hand through the window of your legs, and let's wake up that beautiful hip, those 6 deep external rotators. Breathe in. Try to breathe in your nose. And Take another inhale. And as you're ready, try the other ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through, catch that thigh. And if you'd like to rock, you can. And then let's take it to the side. We're going to let the arm be a pillow. And you can take your top foot back and hold on to it. Feel a quad stretch on the front thigh. Your ribs pull down a little bit. Your pubic bone might pull up a little bit. You feel the top shoulder. Breathe low into your nose and diaphragmatically breathe. That's going to help the parasympathetic system rejuvenate, refuel. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to do the other side quadricep stretch. Let your arm be a pillow. Take your hand to your foot. Feel your ribs pull down. Feel your pubic bone pull up. Now breathe real low. It's almost like your belly is a balloon and you can feel it expand three-dimensionally. Breathe in a little fuller than you get to during the day. It's fun to play a game of counting. So let's say you try to inhale for a count of 10. And then you exhale for that count of 10. Breathing in for 10. And breathing out for 10. Just notice how that helps focus the mind on something light and internal. Now relax that body until you're on your back side. Take your feet together and open up your knees. This is called bound ankle. Now, one option is to take the arms like a field goal post overhead and relax. The palms are faced in the sky. Relax your neck. See if you can also shut your eyes. Breathe in. Count to 10 inside. Exhale, release any tension or stress from the body. Breathe in. You're connecting to your higher you, bathing all the cells in rejuvenation, rejuvenation, repair, regrowth, care, and adoration. And you're exhaling, letting go of everything else. Nothing else matters. Breathe in care and adoration. Now the left leg goes long and the right knee goes across. The left hand can help keep that knee down, and you can take your gaze towards the right. Knee down twist. Breathe in care. Exhale tension. Breathe in a long count of 10 if you can without stress. And exhale that 10 count out. In through your nose. And then try the other side. Stretch your right leg long and take your other knee down, twist. Your right hand can help that knee down. Your left arm can open up like a T or a Y. Breathe in. Notice how that feels to give care to yourself. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, relax either in Shavasana or legs up on the wall. and just let everything go. Sometimes it's nice just to flop or shake everything out, and then breathe in through your nose and breathe out of your nose, but this time just let the breath happen and let the mind just be clear. It's just focused on well-being or your breathing. Take in another breath of rejuvenation and well-being, and then wiggle your fingers and toes and slowly come up to a seated position that's comfortable for you. And we'll take a moment just to let the hands cover the heart and breathe in well-being. Nothing else matters right now. Breathe in well-being. One more time. Well-being. And take a moment how good it feels to be closely connected to that natural point of well-being. Today, I intend to stay closely connected to that feeling of well-being. I'll notice how the day seems to flow with ease and grace as I stay connected to that feeling of well-being. I don't have to add on extra emotions that will hurt my body, like frustration or anger. I can know that all is well. And if I start to slip from this feeling of well-being, I know that I can come back to this place because I've been here. It's like home base now. The more I'm here, the easier it is to return. With so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys.